Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface with the second of potentially 3 videos today. If the information I require for the third video comes in good time, then I'll pump that video out. Otherwise, you'll just be happy with 2 and we'll stick that one out tomorrow. But BLIZZCON is just around the corner. It's just a couple of weeks now away and Blizzard are in desperate need of some good news. I just want to stress immediately that the pounding that they've received over the course of the last couple of weeks is completely of their own doing, and I have zero sympathy for the company whatsoever. But with BlizzCon around the corner, and with it being so close, and with the wave of negativity hitting the company, it's not surprising that I woke up today to hear about some BlizzCon leaks that have come out. But with that said, having looked at these potential leaks, to be perfectly honest with you, there's nothing that really differs from the narrative that we already know. I don't think if I were to go through them, and I will in a moment, any of us who are going to listen to this video are going to be shocked, surprised, oh really, taken aback, in any way, shape or form. But with that said, I was going to do a video nearer to BlizzCon, but it looks like it's going to be this video, where I'm going to personally chime in with what I think is going to be announced at BlizzCon, because I think it's going to be a very stacked card this year. And it has to be, and it has to be for numerous reasons, and I'll go into a few of them later on in the video. But first things first, let's deal with the leaks. So there's an article here that says a German art book for Diablo is saying that it's going to contain the art for Diablo 1, 2, 3, and 4. As if anybody is in any surprise that Diablo 4 is being worked on. We know Diablo 4 is being worked on. Blizzard themselves have confirmed that Diablo 4 is going to be being worked on. In actual fact, the only surprise was last year at BlizzCon when everybody was expecting the Diablo 4 announcement. And what did they get instead? Oh boy! And that worked out well for them, didn't it? Yeah, kind of. So that was the only shock at the major shock at BlizzCon last year, is that it wasn't announced then. So are people expecting a Diablo 4 announcement at BlizzCon this year? I would say 99% of people are expecting, probably higher, expecting at least some sort of Diablo 4 reveal, whether it be logo, whether it be a short cinematic, whether it be a smidgen of voiceover, whatever. But I think 99+% of people are expecting Diablo 4 to be at BlizzCon in some way, shape or form. To add to that, the Diablo 2 remastering is allegedly going to be announced at BlizzCon this year as well. Again, something people were expected to be announced at last year's BlizzCon, which turned out to be a real damp squib when it came to any sort of true announcements, to be perfectly honest with you. So those two, not shocking, not surprising in any shape, way or form. And then Dexerto, this one confuses me a little bit. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but Dexerto are claiming this Overwatch streamer, who I've got to say doesn't appear to have a massive following by any stretch, is making some claims that Overwatch 2 is going to be announced at BlizzCon this year. Now, I would have said that as well, because again, it's something we already knew. A few months ago, I think even going back as far as April, May time, we found out about Overwatch 2 being worked on. Then it just becomes a matter of time until there's some sort of announcement made. Would it be ready for this year's BlizzCon? Would it be ready for next year's BlizzCon? Would it go on to an E3? Would it go on to a Gamescom? That's the only sort of question after that. And I always thought, because of last year's debacle, they really want to stack this year's BlizzCon. So I was 100% expecting Overwatch 2 to be announced anyway. They go further, though, and they claim that it will also cover PvE and PvP modes, and there will be some sort of leveling system attached to it as well. And then they end up just by saying, oh, by the way, people who are interested, Diablo 4 and Diablo 2 Remastered are also going to be announced there. So there's a lot of credence been put into this leak, whether it proves to be correct. I always thought, though, that Overwatch 2 was going to be announced. And so, to me, makes sense. So if we put all these 3 leaks together, and the possibility, Diablo 4, I would say, is an absolute surefire. Diablo 2 Remastered, high probability. I would have put that in the bracket. And Overwatch 2, yeah. Although I don't know what it's going to be called, because the name's not official. So it's like Overwatch 2 is a working title. Just like Batman Begins' working title was Rory's First Kiss. Rory being the son of Christopher Nolan. There's a knowledge bomb for you. But I was thinking of something like Overwatch 2 loot box reset. Because that's what I know this is ultra cynical, but that to me is what this really is. We know that loot box sales in Overwatch have slowed substantially, massively, compared to how they want to. We also know, certainly if you keep any tabs on the competitive scene, thankfully I've got Ragtag to do that for me, the competitive scene's in an utter mess and needs a complete rework. So again, great way to reset things. But I kind of the cynical aspect in me says this is a great way for Blizzard. When I say great way, it's a shitty way, but there you go. This is, again, business today. A great way for Blizzard to reset loot boxes, try and get that going again, get that generating cash again, and sort out the meta by confusing everyone with new heroes and new modes and whatever it'll be, and it'll take them a while to sort it out. So yes, I think of the 3 leaks, they're all very, very viable indeed, and I would surefire Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2, and highly probable for Diablo 2 Remastered. So, with that said, what else do I personally expect to be at BlizzCon this year? Well, it'll come no surprise because this has been my field for a long time, but I fully expect the next World of Warcraft expansion to be announced. I think that is a surefire lock-in as well. If it isn't, it would be amazing because it's every 2 years they seem to announce it. It's only varied once from that trajectory when it got announced at Gamescom one year, and I think that was a desperate need to get that information out there due to the fact that Warlords of Draenor was such a turkey of an expansion. They tried to at least generate some sort of hype going into Legion. Hey, look! The Legion are returning. Hey, look! Illidan's returning. Hey, look! All of this nostalgia we're desperately throwing into this expansion because we done up. So, yeah, I expect the new World of Warcraft expansion. Yeah, probably dragons. Whoop-de-doo. I don't care. I really don't. I've got no hype myself. I'm sure plenty of other people will be enthusiastic to say the least. But I think the biggest announcement is I truly believe there is going to be a new IP. I truly believe that there is going to be a new IP announced at BlizzCon this year. And I think it's necessary. I don't just say that because of I'm throwing it out there. I think it's really, really necessary. Because right now, Blizzard is looking like a company falling way behind in terms of being a market leader. Now, they're making plenty of money, don't get me wrong, and they're funneling everything that they possibly can into mobile gaming to get that dollar. But does that make them a market leader? No, they're market chasers. They're chasing what's hot, and they've been chasing what's hot for a while. They're chasing the money. Ever since they got taken over and became relinquished their private company status, became a public company. They've just been chasing the money instead of becoming that innovator of a company. And I really think that Blizzard need a new IP to put them back on the map, for at least the Western audience, to really kind of appeal to them as well. However, with Blizzard being so attached, literally at the arse, mouth to arse, like a human centipede to China's rectum, the new IP could be a love letter to them as well. When I say love letter, I mean we desperately want your cash. But if Blizzard don't announce a new IP, then what are we looking at this BlizzCon? A 15-year-old game that's being held together by its 15-year-old version, releasing another expansion, and the hype gets less and less and less, particularly when they fail to deliver and deliver and deliver. Overwatch, a game that's in disarray, just getting a refresh in essence, because that's pretty much what it'll be. I can't see a revolution of any sort of gameplay or anything like that. I don't think we're going to see anything Heroes of the Storm related, unless it's a mobile game of some variety. Same with StarCraft. I don't think we're going to see anything there. Diablo, yeah, it's got a fan base, but it's still an existing franchise. So it's just going to appear very similar. And it's going to be interesting to see how people would take that. Yeah, they'll get immediately excited for sequel to this coming, sequel to that coming, sequel to that coming. But at the end of the day, it'll only take a few weeks to remove yourself from that to say, right, same old, same old. So they need a brand new IP, in my opinion. They need something fresh to show that Blizzard are still in the game. And I think if they don't produce a new IP, if they don't show off a new IP, if they just show off more mobile shite, then I think, again, it will solidify what Alan Adams said last year as regards to where Blizzard want to go, and it's going to be market chasing and it's going to be China chasing, and that's going to be it. So I think Blizzard have to announce a new IP. And if they don't, it's going to be interesting to see how the shiny cat toy that they wiggle of sequels holds people. Because you're announcing these games, but when are they going to come out? World of Warcraft expansion will come out sometime next year. Overwatch 2, if they announce it for sometime next year, then it's almost a shoo-in to be a Overwatch extra, if you get what I mean. Overwatch refresh. Diablo 4, I think we'd be lucky to see that next year. Probably 2021 would be more likely if it's announced at BlizzCon this year, which I highly expect it to be. But they could always get everyone happy and say that Diablo Immortal's released at BlizzCon. Won't that put some smiles on some faces? So yeah, they're the leaks. Unsurprising, whatever. People know about this sort of stuff. But then I've just added a little bit extra about what I expect to see at BlizzCon as well. Have I missed anything? Are there any games that I've missed? Hearthstone? Who cares? No, I'm okay with that. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Oh, and I fully expect the Pokemon Go version of Warcraft to be announced as well. Truly. I truly do. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.